Jim, it looked like the big difference tonight was the ability to slow down Connor and Leon in the neutral zone, establish your 1-3-1. Your thoughts about the game overall?
We checked way better. I knew we would. We had to. And I don't think it was just Connor and Leon. I think we just did a good job in the neutral zone. I don't know how often we were in the 1-3-1. I don't think that often. But we just did a pretty good job slowing it down, clogging it up a little bit, and making them play off a forecheck and ozone play.
Jim, if you look at your goal scorers tonight, it was Kempe, Kopitar, Fiala, Doughty. How important was it that your best players were your best players?
Yeah, well, you need it, right? Somebody's got to score a big goal. Drew, the first one in a long time, right? But he's a big game player. We needed this game, clearly. And then to see Kopi get that one at the end. Great to see the goal go in. But I can tell you, for me personally, and I'm sure the guys, just for a guy that's done as much as he has, to get another overtime game-winning goal was special. Special.
There's quite a bit of talk about some bounces and the sense of luck that maybe you guys are getting. Late last game, some of the goals tonight. Do you feel like your group has been getting some more than the usual number of bounces, and would you kind of agree with that, or how do you feel about it?
Have our guys been talking about that?
Some of the Oilers have been talking about
it. None of our guys, I don't think, are talking about that, yeah. No, that's not the way I see the game. I see it as one game for them, one game for us, and now we go to L.A.
Jim, when you talk about your team's resolve after you give up the 3-1 lead, have a lead, then they tie, what's that like for you to see the response from the team when things, looked like maybe they were tilting Edmonton's way?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Edmonton's a good team. The building was alive again tonight. Good hockey game for everybody. And that's what a good game does. It's emotional. It goes up and it goes down. And, I've said it before, we've got a lot of veteran players, a lot of guys who've done a lot of winning. And so you need that, to have that kind of poise and, as you mentioned, just focus, refocus, get out there and go again. Because it is emotional. It is emotional for everybody, the fans, us, the coaches. But the players did a really good job of just calming themselves and going about their business. And I think the veteran leadership, guys who have won, guys who've been in the finals, we've got a number of those guys too, really make a difference in that situation.
Specifically, Jim, I was going to ask you about Doughty, one of those winners in 29 minutes, I think, tonight, and scores a goal and a breakaway, which isn't exactly probably part of the game plan, but what could you say about his night and every facet that he touches on a night like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a big game player. You know his history, the Stanley Cups, the gold medals. You've covered him for years, and he's just a guy you win with. Everybody who's ever played with him on all those teams just knows Drew. If it's a big game, Drew's going to be there, and the organization is fortunate to have him as long as they have, and still be able to play at the level he's playing at.
Jim, I know we talked about Kopitar a little bit ago and his attributes. What do you make of his sense of anticipation on the ice? Everyone talks about how he knows where to be at that moment.
Yeah, well, that's, the players of that caliber, they just understand the game and they process the game so fast. You can only marvel at it because nobody's taught them that. They've had that and they've figured that out all on their own. And and the beauty of Anze is he does that with the puck and without the puck. He does it on both sides. He realizes, anticipates, and gets to the right spot. One of the rare players that can really do that on both sides of the puck.
I'll ask one more then. Okay, then speaking of ups and downs, bit of a roller coaster night for Cam. In that, but he obviously delivered some huge saves for you.
Saves. Yep.
How do you think he's handled just the atmosphere, the chants directed at him and all that? How do you think he's processed and handled?
Yeah. Well, he had a big hand in winning us the hockey game tonight. I did hear that. Somebody asked me this morning if I heard the Talbot chants, and I didn't. I heard them prior to the game for sure. So what do you say? The fans are on him. He goes in there. He wins us a hockey game. We get to overtime. He makes some big saves, and the guys leave with the win. And now we're squared up. So I would say he's done his job pretty well. Yeah, there's one of them. Yeah, and there were others for sure, but that's as good a save as you're going to see. And he got his leg out, and probably made the difference in the hockey game in the end.